All right, all right, all right. Let's get it popping. Oh, hold up. I don't know what's going on here. Anyway. Something ain't right here. Gotta tighten this green screen up. What's going on, everybody? I don't like what my screen look right now. I'm going to start this over. It's looking a little jacked up right now. Something ain't right. I'm going to start this over. Hardware issues. It's looking a little buzzy right now. What's going on? It's Bucco's Locker, man. I'm trying to get this stuff right, man. Trying to get right. Trying to get right. I'll be with y'all in a second. Give me a second. You know what? You know what I think it is? Folks, give me 1 second. Is that better? What's going on, everybody? This is Bucco's Locker. Subscribe, like, comment, share all the videos on this channel, and make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify you on all new videos that's posted on this channel. Welcome. I'm reading the chats here. Long time no see, folks. I ain't seen y'all in a couple days. Where y'all been at, man? Where y'all been at? Bucco's Locker here. Y'all already know what it did to do. So we got a little conversation we gotta talk about. Just a little conversation. Ain't gonna be too long. You know, we're gonna talk about these penalties, man. Shouts out to all the bandits out there. To all my bandits, pirates, everybody across the board. Let's get down to business, folks. Let's get down to business. Penalties, 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 and more penalties. Now, see, this is a topic that we thought it was done. See, for the longest, this franchise has been a penalty-driven franchise. For some strange reason, I don't know if it's the curse of penalties or anything like that. Appreciate the super chat, Raphael. Penalties, man. Like, appreciate the super chat. for the longest, as a Bucks fan, I've been a Bucks fan for a long time. I used to work at the stadium selling cotton candy. I tell y'all this story all the time. What up, 813? What up, Smallville? Damian, Jonathan, all y'all. How many times as a Bucks fan that we have seen this team hurt themselves with penalty after penalty after penalty after penalty? Every big run, almost every big pass, it's always a penalty. And this offseason, a lot of the talk was, the Bucks, like I said, we got a load of Ross and everything. There was a lot of talk about us, a lot of media. They're on the Bucks heavy. So everything will be scrutinized with the Bucks. As y'all can see for the first couple games of the season, everything that we do is scrutinized. It's just what it is. And that's what we got to deal with. So we just can't just do stuff that we used to do or the team used to do back in the day. Holding, offsides, false start, pass interference. I'm getting right to it, folks. And this season, the Bucks have been notorious for penalties, which is quite sad. 5 games into the season, 5. $813 Sports. We got a super chat, folks. I always stop and do my super chats. 813 Sports says, it's time to replace 76, bro. Enough is enough. 76 is, he's not even, I'm not feeling him, man. Like, he is, speaking of 76, he's one of the culprits when it comes to penalties. Let's stay on subject. But appreciate the super chat. Speaking of 76, another super chat, Ramel Hester. We cannot afford to have a lot of penalties against Green Bay this weekend and give Aaron Rodgers, because they will make us pay. Yes. And I'm going to get to all of that, Ramel. I'm going to get to all of that. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate the super chat, 813 Sports and Ramel. Penalties. Speaking of 76, he's one of the culprits when it comes to penalties. Now, mind you, it's only 5 games into the season. 5. The Bucks are the most penalized team in the entire NFL. And that's kind of sad. The most penalized team, I'm going to repeat that. The most penalized team in the entire NFL. Now, what does that mean? That means a lot. Smallville, shouts out to you, man. Smallville say BA gotta go. We're not talking about that right now. We're not talking about that's off season talk right there. We ain't that bad. We going to the playoffs, so not right now, man. But appreciate the super chat, Smallville. But when your team is the most penalized team in the league or top 5 in the league, what does that mean? What does that say? What does that say to the coach, the coaching staff, the head coach, the defensive coordinator? You know what I'm saying? What does that say about the team as a whole? It says a lot. And it's not even becoming a problem. It's been a problem. And the frustration is setting, or it's set already a little bit. Bruce is frustrated with the penalties. Of course, Brady is frustrated with the penalties. See the Chicago game. He was 38 hot. Brady was hot at the O-line for the penalties, that one drive. And it's an ongoing problem. And this has been going on before Brady got here. This ain't a brand new thing that, all of a sudden. This has been an ongoing problem. Not with just Bruce Arians, but with Dort Cutter, Lovie Smith, Shiano, Raheem Morris. We have always been a penalized team. Now, it's just so happened to be more highlighted because of Tom Terrific. See, I told y'all this. The protection is already set in place for Tom Terrific, and he deserves it. He's one of the GOATs. He's one of the GOAT quarterbacks of all time. So the deficiencies of the Bucks. Remember I told y'all this offseason, or this past offseason, one of the things that Brady can't control about this team is the team flaws. He came to a team that had flaws already. Regardless of what you say about last year and the other years before that, this team already had flaws before Brady got here. And one of the flaws I mentioned was penalties. Special teams, running game, O-line. You know what I'm saying? So these are things that I've already mentioned to a lot of you already if you've been paying attention to my channel. And these things are coming to the forefront now. The media is highlighting these areas. These are national football topics now. This is not all of a sudden it's just something the Bucs can fix. This is a problem that has been going on for years with the Bucs. And it is very tough as a quarterback to overcome deficiencies of a team. Let me say that again. It is very tough for a quarterback to overcome the deficiencies of a team. And penalties is one of them. It's a problem. And it will be a continued problem until it's solved by BA. Ramel Hester, we got to cut down on penalties. It kills the team. Yes. Drive killing penalties. I think the Bucs have 24 or 25 drive stalling penalties. Number 1 in the NFL in drive stalling penalties. That is bad, folks. And it's unexplainable. The attention to detail has been lacking at the coaching level. Let me give you a rundown. 8 false starts. 7 offensive holding penalties. 6 defensive pass interferences. 2 offensive pass interferences. 3 unnecessary roughness. 1 roughing the passer and 1 offside. Let that sink in, folks. Now think about it. Look at these penalties now. These things should have been addressed during practice. Even if you first game, maybe 2 games. But that was game number 5. And we saw the meltdown of the Tampa Bay Bucs O-line. And the frustration overflowed over to Brady's emotion. Brady's very emotional. So he was pissed. He was yelling at guys. And it was quite embarrassing. On national TV, the offensive line imploded. Now remember one of the issues I told y'all about, one of the flaws about this Bucs was the O-line. One of the flaws about this team was the O-line. And it really wasn't brought up because of who we signed this offseason. And the penalties that this O-line has caused. And number 76 by himself leads the entire NFL with 7 for 55 yards. 7. Number 76. 7 penalties for 55 yards. 3 false starts. 3 holdings. And 1 that was not accepted. That's a lot of money. $14.5 million. Or $12.5, $14.5 million being paid to number 76. And he leads the league in penalties. That's not good, folks. Your starting left tackle leads the NFL, the entire NFL, in penalties. And for some strange reason, Bruce still don't see the problem on the O-line. I told y'all this. I told y'all before the offseason started. And people danced around the topic because we got Tom Brady. And right on cue, here comes the national media. Forget Bucco's locker. Let me just listen to the national media. As soon as the national media say the offensive line is a problem with the penalties, now you listen. I told y'all this past offseason, I told y'all. It is hard to overcome poor offensive play from the O-line. Mr. Big Pun, I think it's time to bench Whitehead for Edwards. We're not talking about that. We're talking about penalties. Let's stay on topic. I appreciate the super chat. But Mr. Big Pun, that is another conversation that we'll get to down the road. But right now, the main topic is penalties. Penalties, 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 penalties. It is ridiculous. 42. But appreciate the super chat, Mr. Big Pun. Another super chat. You wish. Do you think attention to detail is a personality trait? Because 76 keeps making penalties year after year and he still haven't learned. No, he hasn't learned. That's who he is. But the problem is it's being highlighted now because the national media has gotten a hold of it. Appreciate the super chat, you Jewish. The national media got a hold of it. The Bucks fans already knew this. Some of us ignored it. Not me. Another super chat. DP Buck 32. Appreciate the super chat. Bruce Arians said penalties were on coaching staff. If that's true, what do you think he should do? You know, appreciate the super chat, DP Bucks. Some coaches just got it. And Bruce Arians is a very fun coach. You know, have fun, no risky, no biscuit. You know, it's fun in the sun. Let's enjoy and relax, and let's have fun. We're in Florida, and Florida's perfect for Bruce Arians. It's perfect. The atmosphere, the whole relaxing type thing vibe in Florida, the fun in the sun, and that's how the team plays. And the penalties have hurt this team. It's a reflection of the coach. And that's poor coaching. He's admitted it. He's taken accountability of poor coaching. As good as his team can be, he still coaches poor in certain areas. And attention to detail and lack of discipline is two areas that he does a poor job in. Arizona, when you go back to Arizona, it was a problem in Arizona and when he was at Arizona, penalties. Aggressive teams offensively and defensively attract a lot of penalties. This was an issue last year. Folks, this is nothing new. This is not nobody as a Bucks fan base, nobody should be surprised. This is nothing new. Penalties have been an ongoing problem. The only reason why it's being highlighted is because of Tom Brady. His sideline blow up. It's being highlighted because of one guy. Because of where he came from. And comparing from Belichick to Bruce Arians is two different coaches. One is elite and one is okay. He's good. But Belichick is leaps and bounds beyond better than Arians. Arians has done nothing close to what Belichick has done. And this is what separates Belichick from a lot of coaches. This is what separates Belichick from all 31. And Bruce Arians is like in that second tier, third tier coaching, you know what I'm saying? As far as like his whole coaching style, so we got to understand what we're working with. And as a Bucks fan, you have to come to a sense of mind where, and I hate to say this, but it's almost like you got to expect some penalties every game because of the coach. Now, he talks a lot, but the question is he going to buckle down along with Todd Bowles and get this under control? Because it's out of control. O-line. Another culprit, Carlton Davis. Second in the league with 6 penalties for 87 yards. 5 of them defensive pass interference. 1 of them personal foul. Folks, this is crazy. Starters, by the way. Josh Kyle, appreciate the super chat. 76 we will be benched before week 8 if this continues. Lazy BA needs to put his foot down. BA, media lied for Brady, by the way, but destroyed J-Dub, Jameis Winston, 3rd or 4th. Cough, cough, 3rd or 4th. Look, man, I'm running this down, man. This is absurd, man. And at some point, if this doesn't get fixed, man, I know I said 11-5, but if these penalties keep continuing, man, I don't see how we make it to the playoffs. It's just going to be really hard to make it to the playoffs if we keep having poor attention to details, lack of discipline, lack of accountability. When you make a mistake, own it. Don't try to deflect it or anything. Coaching, it starts at the top. It don't matter what type of player you got. It doesn't matter how many players you got on your team, what type of players. You can have 8 All-Stars, 8 Pro Bowlers. If they can't get out their own way, if they keep making penalties, it doesn't matter what they do as far as good, because what's going to get highlighted? The bad. As good as Brady's played in spots, as good as Carlton Davis has played in spots, as good as number 76 has had some good moments. As good as he played in certain moments, but what's highlighted? The negative stuff. Penalties. Ryan Jensen, notorious for getting personal fouls. You don't think the refs pay attention to this stuff? And I was reading what Bruce said earlier today. He said, I guess he feel like some players are being marked or something like that. And fam, you don't think the opposing team is pointing this out to the refs? Hey ref, number 76 like to do this. Hey ref, number 7, Carlton Davis, number 24, he likes to do that. These things got to be addressed. And there's no way to put this as I wrap this video up, man. It's got to be addressed. No matter how you cut this video, no matter how you talk about the subject, penalties will stop this team from achieving the goal that is set out at the very beginning, which is to get to the Super Bowl and win it. That's what Arians is out. He's out to get the Super Bowl. He's not out here to go 9-7, 10-6, 8-8, 7-9. But if these penalties keep coming up, we're going to be 7-9, 8-8, 9-7. There is no way that you're going to continue to win games and you keep killing yourself with penalties. This will not work against upper level teams. And we about to find out this coming Sunday. If we can't get ourselves right against the Chicago Bears and other teams, Broncos, Chargers, Panthers, if we can't get right against them, what are we going to do against the Packers? A more disciplined team, a better coach team. Because right now, the Packers are a better coach team. They are playing much better than the Bucs. They are. I know it hurts, but I'm just telling you the truth. I'm giving you objectivity. Tell you the truth. It's going to hurt some of you Bucs fans. Shout out to Todd Bowles. How do we lose last game? Rafaela. Man, look. Penalties, man. Self-destruction will hurt this team. It will stop this team from achieving the ultimate goal, is to get to the Super Bowl. And guys like number 76, Carlton Davis, even Mike Evans. Mike Evans has 2 offensive pass interferences and 1 personal foul. He got 3 himself. All Pro Bowler Mike Evans got 3 penalties himself. Fam, like, this is not good. The Bucs was 11 penalties against the Bears. You can't do that against Green Bay. The Chiefs, even the Raiders are playing good. The Rams, the Saints, you can't do that. That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. And no matter how you cut it, no matter what type of guys, Leonard Fournette, we playing good in certain areas. But guess what? Penalties will hurt this team's chances to win games, especially the games that you want us to win, like this coming Sunday. I will be watching closely when it comes to the penalties. I'm going to track this down too. Trey Holiday. Shouts out to Trey Holiday. He's a Saints fan coming into the chat room. Shouts out to the Saints. I hope y'all lose. Y'all should have lost against the Chargers, but y'all got lucky. As a Saints fan, I agree. Penalties are killing the Bucs. The Bucs' kryptonite are a good defense and themselves beating each other. The Bears show TB. Trey, you made a good point, Trey. And shouts out to the Saints fan that's coming into the chat room and dropping some love, man. Salute to you, but he's not lying. Let me put that up again. He's not lying. I mean, look what he said. A good defense, and we beating ourselves. Where's the lie? And I don't know, man, but 76, Carlton Davis, Mike Evans, Ryan Jensen, enough is enough. Because at some point, you gotta come to terms with yourself and say, "Am I hurting the team?" Because they really are hurting the team pretty bad. And the Bears pretty much kind of, like, I wouldn't say exposed us, but they kind of did a little bit. Like, and you know what? They kind of did. Top level defense, we struggled. I mean, I keep telling y'all this, man. With those penalties, man, they don't work against teams like with good defenses. Because with a team with a good defense and a halfway decent offense can stay in the game close enough if we keep beating ourselves and penalize ourselves. And at some point, they're going to strike and they're going to hit. And that's what the Bears did. The Bears stayed close. They was banking on us imploding. And that's what happened with the penalties. And it kept the Bears in the game. You know how many drives that got extended with penalties? Like dumb stuff. And this goes back to practice. This ain't no in-game adjustment. This is practice, man. Practice. We're talking about practice. Practice. And it starts with the coaching. And Bruce Arians know what he needs to do. Which is, this game is going to be a telltale game. Not just with winning the game or even losing the game. How do we play against an upper level team? That's what I want to focus. If we win and if we win and play well, great. If we lose and play well, that's still a moral victory, right? Kind of sort of like give us a measuring stick. But if we lose and we lose bad and we beat ourselves, this is going to be an ugly after game report. Not just from me, but from everybody across the media. Like everybody watching the Bucs. Well, everybody's watching Tom Brady and then the Tampa Bay Bucs. They're watching us. Every step we make, every team we play will get highlighted. We got a lot of national exposure, so things like penalties will be highlighted. And we're starting to see this team had more problems than people thought we had. Everybody thought that one guy can fix a lot of stuff. That is not the case, and it's showing right now. One guy can't fix everything. Teams like 813 Sports, shouts out to you, man. Teams like the Packers will eat us alive with all the penalties we commit. That is true. 813 Sports, that is very true. And if we don't tighten up, it's over. It's a wrap. Packers, Raiders, Chiefs, Saints, Rams, we're done. We're not done, but we're going to be fighting to stay in the playoff race if we don't clean this up. But I am looking forward to seeing how we look, win or lose, against the Packers. And I'll give you a preview video tomorrow about the Bucs and Packers. But right now, I just want to talk about the penalties. Enough is enough, Bruce. Get your team under control with some discipline and attention to detail. Because the media, not just me at my level, but everybody's watching you, Bruce. Everybody's talking about you. You talk a lot. But it's time to start coaching. Coach the team. Get the team focused. Aaron Rodgers is coming to town. You think they're going to play around with the Bucs? You don't think they itching to run through us? Okay. Keep thinking it's a game. Keep thinking it's a game. And for the players, for the Bucs, they got to understand what's at stake, because this is a big game Sunday. And penalties will change the game. And they got to come to this game fully focused on everything they do. It's almost like, and I hate to say this, but walking on eggshells. And sometimes when you walk on eggshells, you make a mistake. And when you don't mean to make a mistake, because these penalties are being highlighted. Can't be leading the league in penalties and yards. You can't have a player, two players, number one at their position in penalties. Oh, I'm sorry, number one and number two. Donovan Smith and Carlton Davis? Between those two, 13 penalties. Yikes. And these are starters. Unacceptable. Because if this keep up, here at Bucco's Locker, I'm going to let you have it. I'm been letting you slide, Donovan. Number 76. Well, I'm not letting you slide, but Carlton Davis, you've been playing really good. 3 interceptions, but you got too many penalties. Grabby. Mr. Grabby. Won't trust your technique, but you playing good. But I'm telling you, if it happens, at the Green Bay game and we lose this game or win, I'm going to be on you in number 76 even harder. Nobody is excused from getting the Buccos like a treatment. When you play bad, when you play good, I'm going to give you your props. I'm going to give you your flowers. But if you play bad and you hurt the team, I'm going to call you out during the game and after the game. Nobody's excused to get called out. Remember that, Bucs fans. Anyway, Bruce, tighten your team up, man. Because Buccos Locker and the Bandits are watching. Along with mid-level media and upper-level media. We are watching you this Sunday. With that being said, the over-under for penalties for me, I'm going to be optimistic. And I'm going to be positive about this. 5 and under. It will be under 5. Under 5 penalties in the Green Bay game. That's a start. And I'm being nice. With that being said, salute to everybody in the chat room. Appreciate y'all giving me the super chats. Appreciate y'all joining Buccos Locker after a little bye week for me. A little break for me. You know, I'm back at the scenes dropping these videos. I'll be dropping one tomorrow. And I gotta talk about another video too. I'm gonna make another video, the Vita Vea video and the OJ Howard video. I gotta make separate videos for both of those guys because they deserve it, and I want to just kind of give them a little shout out and a little personal, video for them too. Those two guys got injured, so stay tuned for those 2 videos too. They will be coming soon. So, with that being said, shouts out to all the Bandits and the Pirates in the chat room supporting the channel, following the channel, supporting Buccos Locker and my content. And Travis content. Shout out to Travis too. With that being said, penalties. I want you to fire those cannons. Seize the day. Raise the flag. No risk it. And you gotta go get the biscuit. Penalties. Gotta stop. Hashtag ain't no chill. Hashtag no excuses. And hashtag all caps Super Bowl or bust. Peace.